Why do bad things remain hidden for so long? Let me tell you a story. Jo lives in the Hampshire countryside. She's much loved. She runs a local shop and post office, doing the accounts first on paper, then on Horizon, the accounting software installed by the post office. On Horizon, several thousand pounds start going missing. Jo can't explain the shortfalls. She hasn't taken the money. She knows she's done nothing wrong. But the system says it must be her fault. She ends up prosecuted for stealing £36,000. The local villagers organize a collection to help pay the debt. She's spared a prison sentence. But with her criminal record, she has to start working as a cleaner. She loses her job, her savings, her reputation, her faith in herself. She is one of 900 local postmasters prosecuted because the system made them look as if they had stolen money. Dismissed, bankrupted, more than 200 sent to prison, several killed themselves. It was not Jo's fault. There was a bug in Horizon. But it took whistleblowers, journalists, MPs, lawyers, a TV series, 2 decades to unravel this gigantic miscarriage of justice. How do you prove there is a bug when you're not a software engineer? With AI, things are getting even trickier. It's hard to know where the problem is and how to evidence it. And it's not just the wrongdoing that's hidden. I'm the legal director of Protect, the UK whistleblowing charity. Our free legal advice line is 30 years old. We speak to whistleblowers every day. We've spoken to more than 50,000. Almost no one wakes up in the morning deciding, I'm going to be a whistleblower. Usually, you don't even realize you're blowing the whistle. You report the problems that need fixing. You do your job. Desiree, who was head of sustainability in a bank, briefing her boards that they had no way to back up the sustainability ratings they were allocating to their funds. Linda, a district nurse in Yorkshire, telling her bosses that adding 1,000 patient visits a month to the rota with no extra resources was putting too much pressure on the team, with 1 avoidable death already. Both Desiree and Linda were doing their job, spotting an issue and telling the person responsible to solve it. Both, up until that point, were considered very good at their job, but both were dismissed shortly after blowing the whistle for poor performance, Desiree, gross misconduct, Linda. Neither has found a new employer. Why is it that whistleblowers, instead of being thanked and valued, are punished and pushed out? Maybe because no one likes being brought a problem. I manage a team of 10 legal advisors. I recruited them. I trained them. I like them. I hate it when someone comes to me and says, there's a problem in your team. It's very natural to be defensive. There's no problem in my team, you're the problem. Hidden in our heart, the sad truth is that shooting the messenger is much more tempting than listening to the message. 72% of the callers on our advice line tell us that they've been dismissed, forced to resign, disciplined, victimized because they've blown the whistle. Betrayed, some destroyed by the organization they gave their time, their energy, their loyalty to. And technology makes this even easier. Boycotting is hidden. Employment tribunal judgments are published online in the UK. It's pretty simple to check whether a candidate has brought a claim against a previous employer, and if they have, just don't shortlist them. We know organizations are able to monitor the length of their workers' toilet break. I believe it's just as straightforward to monitor how often a worker speaks up, and then find other issues like performance to justify the dismissal. But even more depressing, far too often, whistleblowing is not only a bad career move, it's also pointless. Every day on the Protect Advice line we hear, "Why bother? No one listens." It's like throwing a pebble in a black, endless hole. Hidden wrongdoing, hidden risk, hidden futility of speaking up, and hidden cost. Because a cover-up can lead to far worse tragedies than the original wrongdoing. Take the contaminated blood scandal. In the UK, children with blood clotting disorders were given blood products imported from the US. Some of the doctors prescribing them and some in the pharmaceutical companies selling them knew that these products came from high-risk donors, from prisoners, drug addicts, likely to be infected with HIV and hepatitis C viruses. And indeed, the children became infected. Many would be around my age today. More than 3,000 have died. Imagine you're one of these doctors, or you work in the pharma company. You know, you suspect, but no one else seems worried about it. Maybe I'm missing something. And surely it's not for me to speak up as a more senior doctor or someone in government. Meanwhile, more and more children became infected for years and years and years. Silence is catastrophic. It means we reward the crooks, the devious, the wrongdoers. Where you have human beings, you will have things going wrong. And where you have power, you will have people and institutions abusing it. There can be no deterrence and no accountability if people are too scared or too discouraged to speak up. So, how do we solve this? Well, how do we make whistleblowing safe? Well, there's the carrot and stick method. Reward whistleblowers, reward those who speak up, reward and encourage them. That's the reward and the incentive model. Punish those who silence whistleblowers. That's the retaliatory model. Having a law that says employers should not dismiss workers for whistleblowing. And if they do, the worker can go to the tribunal who will order the employer to pay damages for unfair dismissal. That's what we have in the UK. I'm a lawyer. I believe law is a force for good. It protects the weak, it levels the playing field. But it's too late. It's an after-the-event remedy. The bad thing, the dismissal, has already happened. It doesn't prevent the job loss, the blackballing. And it doesn't punish, it doesn't teach the manager who's done the victimizing. There's little impact on their bonus and their career. It's the whistleblower who pays the price, even when the judge said it was very wrong. We need much more. We need rules that tell employers you have to not just allow your workers to blow the whistle, you have to empower them. You need to have systems in place to protect their confidentiality. You need to have someone high up at board level to defend them against the rest of the organization, to be their champion. You need to be seen to investigate and to address wrongdoing. You need to keep track and measure whether your systems are working. And maybe you need to reward the whistleblowers. They bring you the gift of information. You could at least say, thank you. Whistleblowers are much better than internal audit and massively better than the government at detecting fraud. In the US, regulators value them so much that they pay them a percentage of the fine. It can amount to millions of dollars. It's great for the regulator. It means more and better reports. It allows the whistleblowers to hire clever lawyers because there's potential money to recover. Makes the investigation much easier. But it only works where you can issue a fine and where the organization can pay it. It wouldn't have helped Linda or us. And even in the right sector, it's a lottery. Only a tiny, tiny proportion of whistleblowers get paid. But there is a magic wand, a hidden magic wand, one that we all have. If you want a clever name, it's called culture change. Each and every one of us has the power and the responsibility to change things. We have to take ownership of our own day-to-day behavior because it matters. If no one speaks up, harm persists. Silence makes you complicit. In John Stuart Mill's words, bad men need nothing more to compass their ends than that good men should look on and do nothing. It's up to me. It's up to you. It's up to every one of us. To fight wrongdoing, we have to make it visible. We have to stop hiding. To stop harm, we have to call it and hear it out. Tomorrow, next month, or in 5 years' time, someone will bring you a deeply uncomfortable problem. Kind of worms you'd really rather not open. Will you listen without fear or ill will? Will you speak up? How will you act?